Welcome to Kosovo.
Kosovo, a new nation emerging from the horrors of its recent war. It's a country of striking contrasts where sombre memorials stand alongside lively street cafes and the youngest population in Europe. It's a land of soaring mountains and historic cities, with mosques, monasteries and bold, modern monuments. Kosovo's story is complex, but its spirit is full of life. Join us as we count down the best things to do in Kosovo, and stick around to discover our new favourite European city and a bonus you might not expect. We begin in Pristina, the capital of Kosovo. We were surprised by all the construction. There's lots of new apartment blocks being built. We were also surprised to see modern shopping malls. Pristina is known for its cafe culture and youthful vibe. It's the perfect place to begin exploring Kosovo's complex past and its bright emerging future. We're standing in front of a newborn monument. This monument was unveiled on the 17th of February 2008, which is the day that Kosovo declared its independence. And each year on the anniversary, they paint it different colours. But now it's painted beautifully and florally.
And if you do like your flowers as much as I do, that's a great thing, isn't it?
We are walking through the main pedestrian area of the city, known as Mother Teresa Square. There's a statue of Mother Teresa here, and also one of Skanderbeg, the Albanian national hero. This statue is of Ibrahim Rugova, who was the president of Kosovo, well, before it was recognised as a republic of its own, but from back in 92 all the way up to his death in 2006. And he was the one that advocated for peaceful resistance to Serbian control, and also lobbied the US government and the European governments to step in during the Kosovo War. Sadly, 25 years on, there's still no national museum dedicated to the Kosovo War. The Kosovo Museum is currently closed for refurbishment. We did visit the Children of War Museum, a small museum which gives a really great insight into life during the war through the eyes of children. There are video testimonials from those children, who are now adults, with English subtitles, and some very moving artworks created by them as children. The museum is free to enter, but donations are gratefully accepted. I think we can highly recommend that. Very small museum, but very moving.
Very impactful.
Yeah.
The theme of play was quite strong within that exhibition, wasn't it?
It's been called one of the most ugly buildings in the world. Now, either love it or hate it, there's no doubting that the library here in Pristina is quite a unique building. The National Library was designed by Croatian architect Andrija Mutnjaković and built in 1982. The architectural style is called brutalist. The library is named after Petar Bogdani, the 17th century Albanian writer. The inside of the library is just as interesting as the exterior. It's free to enter, so do have a look inside. Kosovo remembers the help of the US government during the 90s with statues of President Bill Clinton, Senator Bob Dole, and Secretary of State Madeleine Albright. The Pristina Bear Sanctuary was established in 2013 to provide a new home for the so-called restaurant bears of Kosovo. After the Kosovo War, restaurant owners would keep bears in tiny cages to attract and entertain customers. In 2011, 20 bears were rescued by the Austrian NGO Four Paws, who set up this sanctuary as a safe haven. There are currently 18 bears and 1 lion here. The lion was also kept illegally. Here we are at the Pristina Bear Sanctuary.
Alright, so we're here. We're going up here and we're going to take a shortcut through to see the lion. And what did you say,
1.5 kilometres, yes. Entry to the lion sanctuary, €3 per adult. And it's open from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. The lion's name is John, and there are hopes to relocate him to a sanctuary in Africa where the climate is more suitable for him. It snows here in winter. It was good to see so many of the bears, and they look healthy and happy in their spacious enclosures. Just spotted the first bear.
Hello, say
horse on that thing. So this is Mira. She's the largest female here at the sanctuary. I gotta say, Nige, you know, we don't like zoos.
It's not a zoo.
No.
Per se, it is a sanctuary, and when you see photos of how the animals were living their lives before being relocated, repatriated here, it's just, you know, for them, paradise.
And they've got like big enclosures, they're not cages, big enclosures to walk around in. I think this is a really awesome sanctuary. Gjakova is one of Kosovo's oldest towns and offers an authentic look into Kosovar life. There are virtually no tourists here. It has a beautifully restored old bazaar which is lined with cafes, craft shops and centuries-old buildings. Where's all the people? There's hardly anyone around. It's so cool though. Gjakova also has a rich Ottoman heritage with landmarks like the clock tower and the nearby Adem mosque. We were lucky to meet Visar Korshi, the head imam of the mosque, who told us about how the mosque was damaged in the war.
This is during the war. The market, the Grand Bazaar here. The mosque was bombarded, collapsed here in the library. This is the library. Yeah. And burned it. But it is not fighting here. Just the civilian people here did it. And destroyed. Yes. Today it is everything's back. Yes, come back. Yes.
He then invited us into the mosque for a quick visit. Quick, because he was about to do the call to prayer.
Just 1 minute.
He's letting me into the mosque. 1 minute.
This is so cool.
Just outside Gjakova is this old Ottoman bridge, the Terzi Bridge or Ura di Terziva, known as the Tailor's Bridge. It was built in the 15th century and expanded in the 18th century when the flow of the river changed. These works were financed by the Tailors Guild, which gave the bridge its name. I love how the bridge actually has the white line with white stones. It's not very wide though. It would only really be wide enough for people walking, pushing a handcart, maybe riding a horse, but definitely not for vehicles. If you're planning to travel to Kosovo, especially if you're driving, you can grab our free Kosovo road trip checklist, which has all the information you'll need to make sure your trip runs smoothly. Click the link in the description of this video or scan the QR code on your screen now. Between Gjakova and Pristina is the wine-producing region of Rahovec. We wanted to visit a small winery, but we were unable to find the ones listed on Google Maps. We went to Stone Castle, which is the largest winery in Kosovo. The winery tour and tasting here is €14 per person. We had a quick tour around the wine barrels and learned a few facts and figures, but let's be honest, we came here to taste the wines. So Sabria is pouring the wine for us to try.
Yeah, but the important part.
Wine number one.
Pinot Grigio.
Organic.
Oh, don't like that.
Okay, we're up to wine number 4. The 4? Yeah, 4. This
Previous three.
is some
Previous,
red. The
Can't
cabinet.
even speak properly. The previous three have been fantastic.
Yeah, yeah. So let's try this one. Cheers. Oh, wow.
Well, that's smooth, isn't it?
Wow. Here comes the Skanderbeg wine.
Such a cool label.
This wine is 13.5% alcohol. It's a red dry wine, but it gives a dry taste just in the end, so you can't notice from the beginning. This wine is made from grape Vranch, known also as Vranac. The word Vranch means black horse in Albanian, so this is the reason why they use the logo of Jashari with a horse.
Okay. Five for five.
All 5 wines we tried were delicious, and yep, we walked out with a few bottles. The Novo Brdo fortress is one of the most significant medieval ruins in Kosovo. It's located about 40 kilometres east of Pristina. The drive up to Novo Brdo is an adventure itself. The road is narrow and winds its way up to the hilltop village. This is the Novo Brdo fortress, or the Kalaha I Atanas in Albanian, and it's a 13th century Serbian fortress, and it was built here to guard access to the roads because all around this area there were a whole lot of mines: gold, silver, iron and lead, and this area in particular was very well known for its silver mines. There's been a bit of a restoration project going on here. There is a door, but it's all locked. Now I just got the drone up, we might be able to see a bit more, and I can show you. Mitrovica is a complex city known for its symbolic bridge that connects and divides the Albanian and Serbian communities. It's a place where Kosovo's recent history feels very present, with foreign troops visible everywhere. But we also found lively street cafes and plenty of important historic monuments. We are currently in South Mitrovica, which is the Albanian side. And you see everywhere here Albanian flags and Kosovo flags side by side. And this is also where we find the great mosque of Mitrovica. It's called the Isa Bey Mosque, and it was burned down in 1998, and this building was rebuilt in 2014. So this is the largest mosque in the country, and this one can hold 4,000 worshippers. So this is the main square of Mitrovica. So we are here. We parked up here and we've walked down along. There's the mosque, and then we've just walked up here. We're here now and we're about to go across the bridge.
It's just so noticeable how we're like the only tourists.
Yeah. So just behind me here is the bridge over the Ibar River, and there's a military presence there, but there's a lot of international military who monitor this bridge. It's closed to cars, but you can walk across. So we're now in the majority Serb side.
Quite noticeable how much older and more communist these buildings look, and it's no criticism, it's just an observation from one side of the river to the other.
So here in the centre of the Serbian section, we've got this statue to Prince Lazar. In the 14th century, he died defending this area from the Ottoman Turks. We headed back over to the south side for lunch in a street cafe, and then we took a drive over to the north side to visit the Serbian Orthodox Cathedral and the Miners' Monument. This is the Church of St. Dimitri. After the Kosovo War, when the city was divided, the Serbs migrated to the north side and were unable to access their church on the south side. So this church was built from 2001 to 2005. The frescoes inside are just beautiful. Further up the hill is the Miners' Monument, dedicated to the miners from the Trepča mines, both Albanians and Serbs, who lost their lives in World War II. The monument was designed by Bogdan Bogdanovic and built in 1973. And right at the top of the hill is the medieval Zvečan fortress, one of the largest castles in southeast Europe. Leaving town, we passed the stadium, which is currently being refurbished. It's named after Adem Jashari. This here's a statue of Adem Jashari, and depending on who you listen to, he's either a hero or a terrorist. So he's considered by some to be the father of the KLA, the Kosovo Liberation Army. Adem Jashari was a Kosovar separatist who led attacks on Serbian police during the 1990s. He was convicted of terrorism in absentia in 1997 but never caught. In March 1998, Serbian forces surrounded his home in the village of Prikaz, eventually killing Adem Jashari along with 57 members of his family, including women and children. His family home has been turned into a memorial, with the shot-up house left as it was. So around the houses they've put all of this scaffolding, obviously for safety, but you can walk around. There's no charge. It's a very moving memorial. Across the road are the graves of the people killed on that fateful day, with soldiers guarding the graves of Adem, his brother and father. After Kosovo declared its independence in 2008, Adem Jashari was named a hero of Kosovo. In addition to the stadium in Mitrovica, the airport in Pristina is also named after him. Sadly, we are 5 minutes late for the museum. It closes at 5. Just south of Peja is the Decan Monastery, a Serbian Orthodox monastery said to be one of the most beautiful in the Balkans. It's surrounded by peaceful forest. However, it's not always so peaceful here, as the monastery has been attacked several times in recent years by Albanian militants, so it's now heavily guarded by K4 soldiers. Bulgarian K4 here. Okay, so we've just pulled up at the monastery. It is quite heavily guarded here. We've already come through one checkpoint and there's another one right here. We've been warned that we do need to show our passports here, identification.
We're going to put some trousers on.
Yeah, we're going to get appropriately dressed too. I'm probably a bit low cut here. So we exchanged our passports for the visitor card and now we're making our way inside. There are QR codes around the complex that lead to information in English, but the Wi-Fi doesn't work inside the church. Look how warm the step is. We left Paya and drove into the breathtaking Rugova Canyon, one of the deepest in Europe. This canyon was carved by the Paya Bistrica River over millions of years, and the limestone cliffs rise up to 1,000 metres on either side. The winding road offers dramatic views, narrow tunnels, sheer drops and a spectacular waterfall, making the drive an unforgettable part of the journey. Here we go. Makes you want to duck. Nigel loves this sort of drive. It's wicked, isn't it? It's a bit scary. We drove through the canyon, then up a steep winding road to Guri I Kuch, a guest house restaurant where we parked up for a few nights. We have arrived. Check this out. The food and service here is so good, we didn't want to leave. So this one's called lichnik, I think. It's a traditional dish of this area. Look at this food! Oh my god!
That's insane. This is just one of those times where you got to pinch yourself. We're in gratitude right now. Thank you so much. Your hospitality has been fantastic. And yeah.
Please, it's been a pleasure that you have from your country here,
We wanna come
and
back.
we hope to see you again, and all the best in your trip.
We'll tell all our friends to come see you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks to both of you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The food here is fantastic.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And the service, the guys are amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
From Guri I Kuch, we set out on one of the most beautiful hikes in the Rugova Mountains.
We're going to do a hike up the mountains into the first lake, and then the second lake, and then return.
The trail winds up through alpine meadows, dense pine forests and rocky paths, leading us to two stunning glacial lakes tucked high in the mountains. This trail is part of the 200-kilometre Peaks of the Balkans trail, and this short section is perfect for a day hike from the guest house.
Almost there, Susie. It's definitely a bit rougher on the other side here. Adventure has no age on it, folks.
Prizren, the jewel in Kosovo's crown. Prizren was the first city we visited, and it's definitely our favourite. The historic capital of Kosovo, this small city has a beautifully intact old town with several sites worth seeing. We're standing by the Our Lady of Ljevish, and I hope I'm saying that right, church. So this church was founded in 1306. It's a Serbian Orthodox church, and it's on the UNESCO World Heritage List of medieval monuments in Kosovo. It's definitely protected. We can see all this razor wire. There's also a police station right here. The church is supposedly open to visit, but it was closed when we were here. Just around the corner from the church, we stumbled across the archaeological museum, housed in an old hammam, a Turkish bathhouse. The museum's free to enter and worth it just to climb the clock tower for great views over the city. You can see all those domes with the bubbles. See, we're just getting all that natural light through those bubbles in the roof. I'm now walking up into the clock tower, and there's photographs here of the tower and what Prizren looked like in years gone by. Oh my gosh, look at these stairs. See all the way up to the fortress. Falaminderit. Of course, the best views can be had at the castle high on the hill. But be warned, the walk up here is very steep. We really enjoyed walking around and exploring the ruins. Back down the hill, the heart of the city is Shadovan Square, lined with cafes and souvenir shops. This place is great in the evening. The Grand Mosque overlooks the square, and you'll find the small old bazaar within the mosque grounds just behind it. We also visited the Catholic Cathedral, where we had a great conversation with a nun who opened the church for us. We talked about God, peace and the new Pope, all with the help of Google Translate. For the best views of Prizren, head downstream from the old bridge. This view is especially good at sunset. Oh my gosh, Nigel, how good was Prizren?
Yeah, unreal. It's definitely up there with one of our most favourite cities throughout Europe so far. But I have to say, it's not all about places. What really blew our minds was the people. The people of Kosovo, my gosh, you've just blown us away with your random acts of kindness at every turn. I just can't speak enough to that.
Yeah, I mean, we'd kind of gotten used to friendly, welcoming, kind people in Albania, and then we got to Kosovo, and it was like, they just took it to the next level.
Yeah.
So from people in restaurant servers to people on the street smiling and saying, "Do you like Kosovo?" And then, of course, we'll never forget the people that helped us in our time of need when the van broke down. So.
Yeah, from a very basic level, brings us back to humanity in general, and that there are great people out there in the world, and the media loves to suggest otherwise, but you know, we just found that people are good, you know, and thank you so much, people of Kosovo. We're coming back.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't miss our next episode where we take a deep dive into what it's really like to travel in Kosovo, this war-torn country.